artificial intelligence, increases efficiency, but leaves an even greater number of people without meaningful work in the United States, what happens?
There needs to be a game plan.
Yeah.
Okay. There needs to be a game plan. That's the main thing. In other words, I can describe the circumstance.
Yes.
Okay. And we can agree that there needs to be a game plan.
Well, let me ask you, since
I'm not responsible for the game plan,
But since you know everybody and you spend your life talking to everybody, and you're one of the world's biggest investors, so you're taking these questions seriously. Are you familiar with a game plan in progress?
There is not a game plan
at all.
No.
That seems crazy.
It seems crazy. It seems we are going from a transition. I'm just being analytical, right?
Yes, of course.
Mechanical. Okay. We are going from a transition in which there is, collectivism, a multinational, all the constituents working together kind of environment that has also created a bureaucracy and inefficiencies and so on. So you're going from an environment in which there was a World Health Organization, a World Trade Organization, a World Bank, and all of that, to unilateral, in my own interest. In other words, as a country or within a country, as a constituency, my tribe, what is my interest? And you're going to fight for it. So we have evolved into that kind of lay of the land situation. And so the question is almost, what is the we? Who is in control? Okay. We change control very quickly.
I've noticed.
So, and then who has the plan? So now you get in control, you fight to get into control, you're in control, you got to do things quickly, and you're doing things quickly. We don't have the continuity to be able to work together, to be able to have a plan.
Well, to be more specific about it, I would say the people developing the technologies, so they would be various Chinese companies, of course, but also Google and Microsoft, Sam Altman.
Tucker, you're so idealistic, but
I'm
realistic. Yes, we all should work together.
No. I'm merely saying, if I'm, unleashing something on the global population, then I think it's fair to ask me, what do you expect to happen to everybody?
I think no, but I think that's what I mean. The notion that it's fair to denies the reality that we're in an environment of pursuit of self-interest. So if you take the fight, let's say, of technologies, of course, the one who wants to get the latest AI out wants to beat the other one who does it, let alone an American firm and a Chinese firm. And I'm just trying to describe the realities to you, Tucker. So now let's look at those realities. That's the reality. So when you say they should, okay, that's the theoretical should.
Yes.
They should come up with rules that is better for the harmony of the people as a whole. Okay, I agree they should.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm once again disappointed
idealistic.
by people.
You got to grow up, Tucker.
I know. I'm 55. I'm still disappointed. But you're absolutely right. And I'm not here to sort of inspire a moral lecture from you or deliver one. I just want to kind of know what you think is going to happen. So you have these technologies. Is it fair to say that they really are as transformative? They're as big a deal as?
Hugely.
Wow.
The greatest. So I've studied history, right?
Yes.
I study, what was the impact of the printing press and what was the impact for the industrial revolutions and so on. This, in my opinion, is the biggest impact that we have because it will revolutionize all thinking that applies to everything. It applies to everything. So whatever you're doing, it will make it much more efficient, much more powerful. But that includes wars too. Everything is going to be radically transformed because anything that we apply thinking to is going to be very much transformed by it.
We did an interview with a woman called Casey Means. She's a Stanford-educated surgeon and really one of the most remarkable people I have ever met. In the interview, she explained how the food that we eat, produced by huge food companies, big food, in conjunction with pharma, is destroying our health, making this a weak and sick country. The levels of chronic disease are beyond belief. What Casey Means, who we've not stopped thinking about ever since, is the co-founder of a healthcare technology company called Levels. And we are proud to announce today that we are partnering with Levels. And by proud, I mean sincerely proud. Levels is a really interesting company and a great product. It gives you insight into what's going on inside your body, your metabolic health. It helps you understand how the food that you're eating, the things that you're doing every single day are affecting your body in real time. And you don't think about it. You have no idea what you're putting in your mouth and you have no idea what it's doing to your body. But over time, you feel weak and tired and spacey, and over an even longer period of time, you can get really sick. So it's worth knowing what the food you eat is doing to you. The Levels app works with something called a continuous glucose monitor, a CGM. You can get one as part of the plan, or you can bring your own. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is big tech, big pharma, and big food combine together to form an incredibly malevolent force, pumping you full of garbage, unhealthy food with artificial sugars, and hurting you and hurting the entire country. So with Levels, you'll be able to see immediately what all of this is doing to you. You get access to real-time personalized data, and that's a critical step to changing your behavior. Those of us who like Oreos can tell you firsthand. This isn't talking to your doctor at an annual physical, looking backwards about things you did in the past. This is up to the second information on how your body is responding to different foods and activities, the things that give you stress, your sleep, et cetera, et cetera. It's easy to use. It gives you powerful, personalized health data, and then you can make much better choices about how you feel. And over time, it'll have a huge effect. Right now, you can get an additional 2 free months when you go to levels.link/Tucker. That's levels.link/Tucker. This is the beginning of what we hope will be a long and happy partnership with Levels and Dr. Casey Means.
Can you give us some concrete examples that you believe will come to pass, in the next few years? What will change that we at this point can understand?
Well, right now, according tests of AIs is we all of them can pass tests that are equivalent to the PhDs in all fields in one mind, so that there is what we call molypaths, the people who can think both across domains. So in that, we have these operating so that it's not just like a PhD in one area, it's like a PhD in all areas, and that it could look across those areas and give you answers and operate that way. That has created there's an acceleration of this because it compounds. As it learns, the learning compounds, and it produces that. So that is a reality today. People just haven't yet experienced all of that. And so you're very quickly going to be in a situation where the problems are going to be given to it. You're going to ask it strategies and so on that can take into consideration all of the things that are happening from everywhere and how the cause-effect relationships work. Think about it this way. There's so much complexity in the world. Everything that we're, what happened, there are economic policies or economic things, there are financial things, there are health things, there are all of these things. And they all relate to each other. It's, it's called, I think, the butterfly syndrome. If a butterfly flaps its wings, it has these secondary consequences. This is all very complex. It's very complex for the human mind to think about those things.
Yes.
We're now having a situation where it can all be taken into consideration and be a thought partner that can actually go beyond our capacities to think about those relationships. And in thinking about those relationships and so on, it has an enormous impact. Somebody in medical area was giving me the example of learning about all the causes, but with the data that they're going to have on each one of us, about what were our experiences and what is our diagnosis of each of the parts, and you watch that over time. What air do you breathe? What environment are you in? What stress are you in, and all that? That there will be the understanding of these cause-effect relationships that in turn change things. And then you go down to the microscopic level of dealing with practically at the molecular or cell level in dealing with these problems. Okay, the changing of DNA and these types of things. All of those, we are in the midst of a tremendous revolutionary change.
What about the field of economics? Can you take kind of the art and the guessing out of it at this point? So you're saying, you have said many times, you've written a lot about it, but the need of governments to get down to 3% of GDP with their debt, so or else everything collapses. How do you do that? And all these political consequences, the population doesn't want less money spent on them. Obviously, you could get, governments falling and stuff. Wouldn't AI just solve that for you? You said it produces strategy.
Does AI control human nature?
No, but these are
human nature. My bet is that human nature is going to be the biggest force, and it's all going to come down to like how we are with each other.
I'm so glad, though. So there'll be room for human beings still, even as we're changing DNA and implanting chips in our brains and stuff.
Well, if not, we're lost, and if so, we're dealing with each other.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that's going to go either.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.